If there's a player who's feeling on top of the world right now, it's Viktor Axelsen. In the last few months, the big Dane has achieved major milestones in badminton. Not only is Viktor the newly crowned men's singles world champion, the ace backed his marvelous World Championships victory with the third Super Series triumph of his career and accomplished yet another monumental feat, the ascent to the top of the world rankings.
Of course, I'm really proud. It's a dream of mine coming true, being #1 in the world and, mostly winning the World Championships. I've been dreaming of that since I was a little child, so I'm really proud and happy, but I'm also, hungry for the future and hopefully I can continue a good form.
From Denmark, Viktor Axelsen!
When the 23-year-old stood on top of the World Championship podium, it was a historic moment for Denmark and Europe. Viktor ended a 20-year wait and became only the third men's singles shuttler from his nation and continent to lift the coveted world title. His striking performances to prevail over big names in the solo event were simply a marvel to watch in Glasgow. Who would have thought the youngster would so comfortably and convincingly defeat the double world and reigning Olympic champion? His commanding demolition of Chen in the semi-final was unexpected, and even the Chinese ace acknowledged he was outplayed.
To be honest, I didn't think that would be possible. I've tried a few times, winning the first set against Chen quite comfortably, but then, losing the next two sets. So I was really, of course, heavily surprised that I managed to keep my high level in the second set as well. But I definitely, didn't have expected it. But I think that was a day where Chen might not, play his best, and I was just, flying. Everything seemed possible, and when you have that kind of days, everything feels easy to do. So it was pretty awesome to have such day on a semi-final at the World Championships. So yeah, I was really happy and stoked about that.
From China, 5 times world champion, Dane!
The legendary Dan was on a mission to create his own history and win the men's title for a record 6th time. And when the young pretender to the crown walked on court to face the legend, a historic final was on the cards.
I'm always nervous going into such big matches like that. However, I think that beating Dan in the bronze medal match at the Olympics in Rio was a big confident boost for me because it was such an important match and I came out on top. So it made me believe that I could actually beat him in an important encounter. So I really tried to relax as much as possible, even though it's impossible when it's a World Championship final. But I tried to focus on the game plan, focused on what I could do, and I knew that the nerves would come, so I was prepared for it, and I think I handled it, pretty well.
The first game was a tight affair, and the 5-time world champion sniffed a first-game win at 2019. But an undeterred Axelsson raced ahead with 3 unanswered points to brilliantly grab the opener. And going 1 game up was mentally critical in a singles final of such magnitude. With the Dane having the upper hand, the pressure mounted on Dan.
I think it was crucial. A close first game is always really, really important, and it just made me, maybe relax a little bit, and also it gave me the confidence that I could win a game, so close. So it was definitely crucial, and you never know what would have happened if I lost the first game, but you will never know, and I'm just happy that I managed to win it.
It was all Viktor in the second as he masterfully asserted his dominance over the great Chinese player. Leading throughout, the moment was coming, and he knew it.
Yeah, I was really nervous actually. I think I was leading 16-13 or so. And I was, I turned my body to Ken and Jonassen and I said, I'm really, really nervous right now because to us it's really important that we have an, open dialogue about, how do I feel, how can I get over this this kind of nervous feeling and this stressful mindset. And I think that having a good dialogue with your coach helps me a lot.
He's done it! Viktor Axelsen becomes world champion.
I couldn't believe it really. It is a dream and a goal which you will practice your whole life to achieve, and then suddenly it happens to you, and I just try to stay in the moment and not try to think too much ahead, and it's something that I will remember for the rest of my life, and it was a really special achievement, and hopefully I can do it one more time, but it's just a big dream coming true, and all the hard hours and the many hours you put on in training on court and stuff like that, it's just worth it when you manage to achieve that.
And the freshly crowned King of the World has continued to impress in the higher echelons of the sport. Following his exploits in Scotland, Viktor picked up his third Super Series title at the Daihatsu Yonex Japan Open and soared to the pinnacle of the world rankings.
It's nice that I managed to play at a high level on only 2 weeks after the World Championships. I had 1 week where I almost didn't practice, just celebrated and spent time with family and friends, and just mentally and physically tried to get back into a good rhythm. And then I was really happy to be able to perform again. Sometimes after a big result you will have maybe some time where your form goes down a little bit, but I was happy to show why I won the World Championships.
Viktor Axelsen has heralded a new era in men's singles, and the new hero has announced his arrival in no uncertain terms. Having achieved so much at such a young age, Axelsson is in line to become one of the Danish greats if he continues to maintain his form.